Hey, it's TDA, and today I have another demo for you. This time around it is the Scouring, and I'm way more excited about this demo than I should probably be, because honestly it is a little bare bones, but I went and played it and I had way more fun than I expected to have, and I really want to follow this game along as it develops. So, what is the Scouring? Well, let me just show you. This is basically World of Warcraft, not World of Warcraft, Warcraft, the original Warcraft 3, but reimagined. So I'm just gonna dive into a game on hard mode and show it to you. Now, if you're familiar with games like Warcraft, basically what you do is you have some workers, you develop a base, you build some buildings, and you wipe out the enemy. I mean, there's no campaign just yet, but I am going to start out with just like an average map against an AI. This is a hard AI, so hopefully I'm not gonna go get my ass handed to me. You can actually play this in multiplayer as well, so if that is your thing, then you can definitely do that as well. And what I'm doing now, these are workers, so these are not units that we're going to fight with, although they can theoretically fight if they really have to. But these are mostly here to gather some gold for us, as well as some wood we can chop down. Our enemy is going to be on the other side of the map, and we are going to want to destroy their base. In order to do that, we are going to need some units, and we can build those units in a barracks, so that is what we're building right now. We also need supply, because these units will require supply, and if we don't have enough, then our units will stop functioning. Well, they don't completely stop functioning, they do still do something, but yeah, not really what we want them to do. So you can see here we're currently producing 0 supply, we are absorbing 110, so we're going to need some farms. So I am going to be building a couple of these. Well, let me do that, and then we can put people to work on those farms. The initial farm will supply 60, and then we can add more workers to that farm to add up a little bit more power to that. So you can see we have little farmhouses across here, it's so cute. Makes it easier to figure out how many people are actually assigned to that farm. At least I think that's kind of how that works. I'm not entirely sure, honestly, if that is actually how it works. It works like that in my mind. But yeah, we can build units. So let's start producing some units at least. So these are swordsmen. Very basic melee units. There's not that many units in the game for the moment, but we are going to be able to build, I think, 4 different ones at this point in time. Remember, this is just a demo. The early access is, I think, starting probably today when you're watching this. I had never heard of this game before I downloaded it, or at least the demo. Also really interesting that they built such high scaffolding for what is going to be a farm. Yeah. Anyway, let's add some more workers to the mix. And for now, it is really straightforward. You can kind of zoom around. Now, there is some additional mechanics to this game. If you are familiar with Warcraft 3, and you might not be because that is a pretty old game by now. I'm old. I played it. But anyway, there's some day and night mechanic in this game. So you can see we're currently on day, but once night hits, we will be attacked. Now, in order to do that, to defend ourselves, we are going to need some archers, I think, as well. But in order to build those, we're going to need a sawmill. So there's a technology tree in this game. It's not super complicated, but it is very reminiscent of games like this. You can actually assign multiple workers to construct a building at the same time if you want to speed that up a little bit. That's a very nice feature, I think. We can also give our peasants a ranged attack when they are on top of a building. That's for example, I think we can send our peasants in here, for example. Yeah, look, the barracks, we can send them in. And now they're kind of safe. So that's a way to keep your peasants alive in case your base is under attack. I am going to need more farms. So let me keep building farms. I can also just assign more people to my farms, I guess. We have 3 people here, we have 2 people here. So not that far off from completely utilizing this farm at least. So let's make sure we do that. It is now night. I should probably keep producing some military units as well. But yeah, you do need to keep an eye on your supply. We just dipped below max supply, and if we stay there too long, then our units are not going to do anything. So I might actually be in a very bad position right now, because I am still constructing units while I am on very low supply. I'm not entirely sure how much one unit is, so we're currently 300, 308. Yeah. Our people are starving! Oh no, oh no, oh no. Finish this thing, please. Speaking of which, let's just assign 2 more people to this. That work can go back. We now do have a sawmill, so we can start producing some archers.
Job's done.
And look at that, they automatically start working this farm, and now we are in the plus. So let's start adding some archers. I'm not sure if there's actually a maximum supply cap. There probably is. Well, there should be. I mean, that's a healthy thing to have in a game. But we are now overproducing this a little bit. Now, like I said, there's a technology tree. So if we stop producing these units for a moment, let's see. We can upgrade our initial town hall to a fort, which allows us to build more advanced units. I was actually expecting a attack to come in. I'm not complaining that I'm not being attacked. Don't get me wrong. Oh, there we are. Look, there's like bandits out and about when it's night. And this is just a single one. Killing these bandits actually does give you gold, and look at that. They are kind of hiding in the woods. And that means that we need to protect our villagers if we want them to not die. I wasn't expecting them to come from this angle though, I have to admit. That's a little bit surprising. But it is a nice feature in a game like this that it keeps it a little bit unpredictable. Oh, there's a whole group of them. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on. Not sure what they're doing though. I don't think this is the optimal way to attack, guys, but again, I'm not complaining. What are they saying? Ba 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 boom. Not entirely sure what that means, but okay. Oh. Let's assign you to the farm, because we do need food. Stop attacking my sawmill. I need that. Well, on the bright side, we're getting quite a bit of gold out of all of this, which I should probably be spending. So let's see, you build another farm, so we can actually build some more units in a minute. This is getting a little tedious. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hold on, hold on. Give me some more of those units, you go defend there. And I want you to build a guard tower. That is probably going to make my life a lot easier. Now these bandits are not very strong. However, these are not our main enemy. Our main enemy is a faction very similar to ours. And they are going to be somewhere else in the map, most likely on this position. I don't think I have to guess about that. I'm pretty sure that is exactly where they are. If you want to play this game in multiplayer, you can actually do exactly that. So that's pretty exciting, because I know a lot of people that enjoy these types of games, like Warcraft, but also of course you have StarCraft, for example, which is the most popular of those games, I guess, at the moment. Then, yeah, you can actually do that. You can play with your friends as well. I'm gonna go out here, and I'm gonna take care of this village, because I think if I do that... Not sure if there is an actual village out here. There's no buildings, at least. Okay, but now I have this. What I can do is I can station some archers on top of this, and that is going to increase their range by a huge amount. I can build another tower on the other side, and now we have plenty of materials to work with. Well, let's make some more archers. Okay, so let's see, farmers to, let's keep adding farmers to the mix. There is no such thing as having, or farmers, what are these called? Peasants. Let's keep adding peasants to the mix. Now you can see the optimal amount of gold miners that you can have assigned to this. There's no point in just spamming them. There's 2 people here standing around doing nothing. We actually do get a notification about that, so if I can just click on this, oh look, there's another guy just standing there, not doing anything.
Job's done.
So now I am working on a nice surplus. Let's see, what else can I build? We had a sawmill. We can build a smithy that's going to allow us to build cannons. And we have some open space over here, so might as well utilize that. So let's build one of those. And what else can I build? A smithy, guard tower, we already had one. A barricade, a defensive structure. That's really interesting. We do want stables. However, we are going to need to upgrade our thing. How do we do that again? First of all, we stop producing those, and then we upgrade to a fort. So this is going to upgrade this to a fort, and then we can get access to some of the more advanced materials. I am going to put some more archers in a tower. Now people can just run straight past the tower, so it's important to keep that in mind. There's 4 of those that fit in there. Nice and snug. I probably also should build another barracks. So I like how intuitive the controls are actually. And now I just realized that you should probably build these barracks on the front line. Kind of like as a... Because you can also put your archers in there, I presume. Let's try that out, just double checking. Yep, that works just fine. So if you build these on the front line, you can use them as a tower and as a production building, which I think is pretty nifty. So there we go. Let's set a rally point for this thing as well. And I am probably going to make a little time skip soon to produce some more units and go on the offensive.
Upgrade complete.
I do want the charge ability. So having two of these is going to be very beneficial as well, because this will allow me to do some upgrading while we are building units. Upgrading the damage on our archers seems like a good thing to do. Let's also get my swordsmen some shields. And my cannons, the ability to use artillery.
More lumber is required.
We're going to need some more lumber
Research
if we want to
complete.
do anything else. So, we do now have a
Job
fort. Let's make sure we keep mining. Let's take some of our miners and get ourselves some more wood. As you can see, they are actually chopping the wood down, so there's someone else doing nothing. Can we put anyone more on a farm over here? Nope. Let's build another farm, because I want a giant army if I can. Okay, so that is quite a few units coming in.
Research complete.
Let's build a mix of both the melee and the range units. We do have all our upgrades now, so we can start double producing. I am close to my own cap, so this farm is going to be quite vital. Let's just build another one. Well, I was gonna say let's build another one, but I need more wood to do that. Come on, bring the wood back to the home base. There you go. Is this guy actually building something? I think you are. And let's keep adding in some more lumberjacks, because I think that's my main thing that I'm missing. Okay, so we are now building up quite a nice little army. And I think I'm gonna wait for another night, survive that night, and then we can move on and probably go on the offensive at that point. Whoa, look at that, we are actually under attack ourselves. Now I do think that having these towers is going to be super useful. These guys are not doing anything at the moment, so might as well join in the fray over here. Let me make sure I keep producing units, because, well, I'm gonna need them, but I think we are fine. Yeah, look at that, we completely wiped them out. Are my units actually, yeah, they're slowly healing up as well, so that's quite nice. Well, we could actually just go on a counterattack, but I want to do that with some other units, so we can make cannons as well. And now we just upgraded our base. We can build the stables. Now, the real question is, where can I actually build my stables? Well, I guess we're building the stables over here because I ran out of space. So let's do that. How are my farms doing? Okay. Let's make sure we're utilizing all our farms though. There we go. This should put me in the positive again. There we go. I definitely need yet another farm. I think I have a little bit too many farmers now. Not farmers, woodcutters. There we go. Are you stuck? I guess you are. Well, then someone else will just have to build that farm for you. You can help them out with that. Or I was hoping you could help them out with that. Can you? Yeah, there you go. This should build that a lot faster. Now we are in night time at this point, so let's make sure we arm our towers. Look at that. People approaching us from that direction are not going to get anywhere. And look at our little cannons over here. Now what we can do is we can set them to siege, and that will allow them to attack in a direction automatically, so you don't need to babysit these. But as you can see, we can kind of have like a kill zone over here. Pretty sure I had more cannons, right? Yeah, we do. Our cannons seem to be kind of confused as to where they should be moving. Oh, No, no, they killed one of my friends. That's not good. You should probably cut some lumber over here. You can cut some lumber over there. There you go. And we are wiping out these enemies quite easily. So didn't expect anything else, to be honest. You can also have the artillery function that you can shoot a massive AoE. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. But I think for now we're going to go with the siege. Set that up like that. Now anyone coming from this direction will have a bad time. These towers are doing their job. If you've played games like Warcraft before, this has a very familiar feel to it. We have our stables now. Let's see, where can we produce our knights? Oh, our cavaliers, I should say. They attack on the move and stun enemies that it pushes through, but it can't enter buildings. So these are really just meant for offense. Which is fine by me, because that is exactly what I want to do. And I am going to take some more of you, build another farm. I probably want to add a couple of these guys to the mix as well, because I am now running very low on workers. Hello, I'm not sure what you were doing there all by yourself. Did I mention yet, by the way, because I'm playing apparently the humans now. I'm not sure if you can pick that, I honestly didn't check. But there's orcs in the game as well, and you can also play as the orcs. I'm not sure if right now you're just assigned a race at random. I think these factions kind of just mirror each other right now, so it's not like you have completely unique units. But honestly, I don't care. I'm just having a lot of fun with this game. It is very much a real-time strategy game, as I think real-time strategy games should be. You might have a different opinion about that, that is completely fine. But I really like this style of game. It just has a nice touch to it. I don't like those very hyper-realistic ones, like the fantasy theme or the sci-fi themes. Oh, that was a orc dying there.
Our forces are under attack.
Those are kind of the equivalent, I guess, of my knights. Let's make sure I'm in the range of all my range units. Let them do the work for me. As you can see, my cannons are doing a pretty decent job at killing everything. So I'll build a few more of them. We have a decent surplus. Let's put some range units as well, though. It is now daytime, I should say. Which means I am going to take my army and move out. Am I going to bring you as well? Not sure yet. Let's see, how many people do we actually have? We have some knights. That many knights, honestly. We have some of these cannons as well. We have a very much stuck cannon there as well. Let me just bring these guys and then have the new archers go into the tower.
Are under attack.
I think that should work. Okay, guys. Oh, hold on. Oh, is that the enemy actually attacking me here? I think it is. Look at them going into siege mode. Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. Come back. Why are you building like a barracks or clan hall? Actually, you're building that right on my doorstep. That is pretty bold. I mean, it's not the worst idea, honestly, because there is gold here. So I might steal that idea, because I am running low on gold myself. But it is interesting that they do that. I should probably check out the other locations then as well, because that might mean that there are some more people trying to steal my gold. Let me build a town hall then, because like I said, it is not too bad of an idea. Let's build that over there. There's no one here.
Are under attack.
So far so good. And we are going to be moving out. Did they also build a base here then? Because, I mean, this would be the more logical place to expand to, but no, they didn't. There seems to be a maximum amount of units that I can select at the same time, which is, I have to say, a little bit annoying. Also not the most intuitive. I just selected my worker that was supposed to build the town hall there. What is the town hall? I don't know. It's the beach. Okay, you go back. Do your job. And we are going to go and murder the enemy.
Our gold
Yeah,
deposit
okay.
is depleted.
The enemy had the same idea, so that's a little bit unfortunate, because now I have to defend myself. Okay, so how about you guys go here? You guys go over here, because they are coming from this direction, so obviously there's someone here. There's quite a few people there, actually. They have a lot of those orcs, and those are pretty strong, I think. Now let's make sure we're trying to kind of optimize where we're attacking. There we go. Siege up and attack. Again, are you building stuff on my front steps? That is so bold. I kind of appreciate that, but it is quite bold of you to do that.
Our forces are under attack.
Let's build some more units. And I am playing this very bad, so in case you're wondering, you could probably do a lot better than what I'm currently doing. But it doesn't matter, we are still taking out the enemy. Let's make sure we attack this as well. I'm gonna need a melee unit to take care of this building.
Job's done.
So if we retreat, do they go into range of my cannons? Yeah, they do. And they die. It works. Okay, so we can kind of recuperate here. Let's build some more of these miners. We can probably use, yeah, I was about to say the miners that are probably over here not doing anything anymore. So let's make sure we do something about that. You guys join the club over here. And you guys as well. We have a lot of range units here, so we might be able to just counterattack now and win. I am going to build another barracks, probably over here. Just to make sure we can add some units quicker to the mix, because we do have quite a bit of a bank now to do that with. Yeah, again, the maximum amount of units to be selected is not my favorite mechanic in the world. Let's make sure we get the tower. Let's make sure we move out. You guys kill the orcs. Get some more orcs. These cannons should help a lot with all of this though. There we go. Okay, now we're making some progress. Taking out a lot of enemies. The cannon's doing quite a bit of damage along the way. Folks firing a little bit does typically tend to help though, so getting in some manual action over here. And yeah, this is definitely not as easy as I was expecting it to be initially, so let's make sure we rally some more units to here. That's those all selected. A little worried what will happen during the night now though, considering how many. Let's rally those here as well. Oh, that was, yeah, we definitely don't want to do that with the amount of units we currently have. That's a little bit suicidal. But what we can do, siege these up like so. And then if anyone comes over here, hopefully, hello? Cannons? There we go. Set up a little bit of a defensive line. Like I said, I am a little worried. So what I can actually do is assign some archers to these towers over here. While these guys... Yeah, that's exactly what I was worried about. Am I going to have to retreat some of my units? I might have to do exactly that. So let's send these guys back.
Our forces are under attack.
Oh geez, that's a lot of people in my base now. Are we being attacked over here as well? Yes, we are. So we sent these to the barracks. I think they should be able to defend my base. Yeah, that works fine.
Our forces are under attack.
And these guys are now wiping out those. Let's send these to the most central location over here. There we go. Should probably have left these archers on the towers to begin with, but this is fine. So the real question is, how long is a night? Because I am not entirely sure. Let's produce some more units. This tower is now full, which means that I can just say, most of you, go in here. Hopefully one less. Although, you might be able to fit quite a few people in there. Our defenses over here seem to be working just fine. I can fit 4 people on this tower, so let's make sure we do that. I first need to send in a melee unit to kind of capture this.
Are under attack.
Is it now mine? Not sure how this works. Let's see. Why do you guys not want to go in there, but you guys do want to go in there?
Our forces are under
Oh
attack.
wait, there's like a bar filling up now. And it seems to go faster if I have more people on the tower. So yeah, being able to capture that is quite convenient, I have to say. And we are now pretty safe over here. I mean, these archers are doing a pretty decent job. They're just keeping everything cleared. That does mean that we can send you back to where you came from. Well, actually, go here for a moment, capture this, and then we'll go from there. And building captured. That is very nice, because that means what I can do is to select some of my archers. I have way more archers. Whoa, this tower fits a lot of archers, apparently. Now we have a very nice defensive location over here.
Our forces are under attack.
Yeah, that works. It works very well. Okay, those are all cleared out. I have way more money right now than I know what to do with. I know what to do with it. Add some more of those.
Our forces are under attack.
You guys join in over here, because the enemy built a nice little army while I was out during the night. I do think we should add some more cannons to the mix as well. So let's rally those over here. And there we go. Now we have some more of those. I'm just gonna save up a little bit. I mean, the enemy seems to be just suiciding its units into mine now. Which is probably not the best plan, honestly, but no, not complaining. There's probably a tower or something over here, considering the range on these units. I did give them an ability. So they have a charge. They also have shields? Not sure how those work. You can also have them buy health potions. And there isn't a building for that, actually. So let me see. That's the only building that I haven't... Oh, actually, no, there's 2 more buildings that I haven't built. So there's this one, which I can't fit in anywhere. There we go. And what do I need to do? Oh, I need a castle. Let's build ourselves a castle. There we go. Let's upgrade this to a castle, and then we can have our knights have a cure ability. There you go. Heals a unit, target unit other than yourself. The more mana you have, the more that will be restored. So prepping for that, let's build some more knights. Ooh, we actually do need another farm as well. So let's build that one over here. And let's build another farm over here. And then you have nothing to do, and you have nothing to do. In the meanwhile, let's build 2 more of those workers as well, and you can be assigned over there. And that should fix our supply issues. And then I think we're about ready to wrap this up. Okay, so I built myself a potion stash, and now I can send my units there to buy themselves potions. And that costs quite a bit of gold, but of course keeping your units alive is even more useful than just spending a lot of gold and having it sit there. So, you know, it's just a nice feature that I don't remember from other games like this, honestly. I mean, there's things like that for heroes and stuff like that in games like this, but not typically for normal units, so it's nice to have that in here. I'm not sure, are they going to be auto-using this? Automated act automatically when a unit is on a low health, so that is super useful to have. And at this point, I am just going to select my army and move out. We have reinforcements coming in, so we should be in no problem whatsoever. I hope. There is a base over here, so let's go and take that out. I want you guys to first of all do an artillery attack over here. Oh, look at that artillery attack. That was super useful. Oh, and they felt their loss incoming and they surrendered, which is actually very nice to have in this game. Enemies can just surrender to you once they know, okay, I'm not gonna win this. And if you're doing a multiplayer with several different enemies, you can actually turn enemies to your side by doing exactly that. So a very refreshing thing to have in a game like this. Now there's scores and stuff like that. What is also very important in games like this, and if you know games like StarCraft, you will be familiar with this, you can actually watch a replay of your own game, so you can see what you're doing. You can also say, well, I want to know what the enemy did. For example, if you've lost, and this also holds especially if you're, for example, playing multiplayer and playing against random people online, or maybe against your friends, you can kind of check, why did I lose? What did they do different from what I was doing? You have all the vision in the world now, and this will allow you to kind of improve your own gameplay by watching it. Going back to the menu, the last few things I want to show you. Of course, there's going to be a campaign that is coming up with the 1.0 release, so not yet with the early access. Challenges, however, will be there. Not entirely sure what that means, but the mod browser is also very useful, of course, because people will probably want to make their own maps and things like that. Not sure if that is going to be in the early access already, but that just makes the replayability of a game like this much more important than it already is, or much more long-term viable, I would say, than it already is. Anyway, this was me gushing and rambling over a game that is basically Warcraft 3. If that is interesting to you, let me know, because I kind of like real-time strategies. There haven't been a lot of games like this out here, but if there's more of you that like these games, we'll cover more of them as well. So let me know in the comments if you do. Either way, if you are still here, you're awesome, and I do hope to catch you in the next one.